everyone. Welcome to Showcase some Missouri State Parks and Historic Sites. I'm Melody, an adult programmer for Scenic Regional Library. Today's program will be on Washington State Park, presented by Sharon Hultberg, the park manager. Washington State Park is a 2,147-acre park in central eastern Missouri, located halfway between Potosi and DeSoto. The physical address and information on how to contact the park will be located at the end of this presentation. Please enjoy.
I'm Sharon Hultberg, superintendent here at Washington State Park. Washington State Park was started in 1932 when the land was initially donated for the park. The park roads, trails, and structures were built by Civilian Conservation Corps 1933. They were the only African-American CCC company to work on Missouri State Parks. There were two others that worked on non-Missouri State Parks. That was the 3478 and the 3760. Company 1743 was originally organized on April 15th of 1933 as Company 694 out of Jefferson Barracks in St. Louis. They were sent to Pierre, South Dakota, where they were redesignated as Company 1743. Their first assignment in Missouri was up at Lake Contrary, just outside of St. Joseph, Missouri, in October of 1933. And then on June 4th of 1934, they were assigned to be sent to Washington State Park, which is near DeSoto, Missouri in Washington County. They named their barracks Camp Thunderbird after the mythical creatures that are found in our petroglyphs, which are stone carvings found in the limestone here. The members of Company 1743 built the park, including roads, trails, 14 structures throughout the park, which still are in use today. They show the high level of craftsmanship, which is mainly stone or stone and wood. All the stone was quarried here in the park. 1743 was here in the park between 1934 and 39. Their next scheduled location was to go and build Mark Twain State Park. During that period of time, there was an issue that there were certain individuals or groups of individuals who weren't sure that they wanted an African-American company to come to their area. During that time period, the Chamber of Commerce and several other groups here around the DeSoto area actually petitioned to keep the company here at Washington State Park to continue efforts. The people around the Mark Twain State Park area did gather, and they decided to do a bus trip down to Washington State Park and check out the Company 1743 and their work. Once they came down here to the area and saw what fine craftsmanship that the company was doing here at the park, and they talked to the locals around this area, they petitioned to have them come up to the area for Mark Twain State Park. And in 1939, they went to Mark Twain State Park. They were able to build one building there, and then the CCC disbanded due to the war efforts. Washington State Park, we are famous for having about approximately 2/3 of the petroglyphs in public holdings here in Missouri. We have a large covered petroglyph area that users can visit with exhibit panels describing the possible interpretation of those carvings. We believe those were carved by the Mississippian era indigenous people who were the most likely ancestors of the Osage. One of the most significant features that is carved within the stone is called the Thunderbird. Here at Washington State Park, during normal summertime programming, we do offer petroglyph tours, but people can come out and explore those on their own as well. We actually have 3 sites that are housed within the park. The large one that is covered We also have a small set of petroglyphs near the interpretive building. And then we have a third set that is located in a non-public access area. My Highway 21, and we're approximately halfway between Potosi and DeSoto, Missouri. The park has two entrances into the park. Highway 104 runs through the park, so you can get in either the north or the south entrance. We direct our campers to the south entrance. Washington State Park includes natural features such as bluffs, natural forest, Big River borders the park. Here at the park, we have glades, hardwood forest with a variety of oaks, hickory, other trees. We have spring wildflowers along the base of the 1,000-step trail, which are a fantastic view in the springtime. Some of those wildflowers include bluebells, blue-eyed Marys, and celandine poppies. Some of the animals that we have here in the park, we have deer which inhabit the park, all sorts of small animals, squirrels, possums. We have raccoons, a variety of birds, and many other wildlife species. Washington State Park has a variety of birds. We have at least one pair of eagles who inhabit or choose this area to nest. So we've seen the eagles throughout the year. We have herons in the area as well, with a known heron rookery along the river. For us, visitors can go to our website and any of the state park websites and download a bird checklist where they can look for birds that have been sighted here in the park or other parks. And they can also help us add to that list. Washington's a family-friendly park. We have hiking trails that are considered moderately rugged as they traverse the Ozark foothills within the park. Things to do here at Washington State Park. We are very unique in that we have natural, culture, and recreational opportunities. Our day use includes picnicking at various locations throughout the park. We have 3 playgrounds. We have hiking trails, a swimming pool, float trips on and access to the Big River. You can explore historic structures constructed by Civilian Conservation Corps 1743. We have the petroglyph carvings, which are stone carvings created by the indigenous people. Camping in our campground, or you can stay in a cabin. Our 3 hiking trails are the 1,000-step trail, which is 1.5 miles. It was constructed originally by the Civilian Conservation Corps and does include large steps that were put in place. And those were put in place by mainly men and mules because it is a very steep area. We have a 2.5-mile possum track trail and a 6-mile Rocky Wood trail. Each traverses varying habitats. The 6-mile Rocky Wood trail does allow backpack camping. We do have overnight accommodations. We have a campground with 50 sites. Half of those are electric 30-amp sites, and then half of those are basic sites. Each of those sites do include a picnic table, fire ring, lantern post, and a parking pad. For those people who don't wish to camp, our concessionaire does offer 11 cabins for rent. Our rental season is April through October. Our camping is year-round. However, our shower houses are closed during the winter time from November to through March. Here at Washington State Park, we do have fishing in the Big River. You do have to have a valid fishing license through Missouri Department of Conservation. We do not allow hunting in any of Missouri State Parks unless it is part of a special managed deer hunt. Washington State Park has a variety of amenities. We have cabins, a park store, a swimming pool, and float trips that are offered through our concessionaire, Missouri Park Adventures. They operate out of a historic structure, the Thunderbird Lodge. Their operations are from April through October, but they are available for phone calls during the off season in order to make reservations for the cabins and their float trips. We have 2 picnic shelters here at Washington State Park that can be reserved through the park office. Those shelters have water, but no electric. They can be reserved throughout the year for events. There are flush restrooms located in various portions of the park, as well as pit latrine restrooms. The pit latrine restrooms are open year round. The flush restrooms are only open during the on season. We are part of the natural environment, so when visitors come out to hike or explore the area, remember the ticks and mosquitoes are out here. So be prepared with bug repellent during the summertime. Be prepared with your sunscreen. The park is located in the Ozark foothills, so we do contain a lot of overlook bluffs. With COVID, we have had an increased attendance. Be prepared to come out and practice social distancing. When you can't be out and about and maintain a 6-foot distance, please wear masks. Staff continue to interact with visitors within the park. However, at the moment, our park offices are closed, but appointments can be made by calling the park office. Please check with any individual park offices, as there will be fluctuations in operations as COVID continues. As restrictions are lifted or put in place, things will vary, so you can always check the park's website. If I had to choose one thing about the park that I really love, it would be sharing the variety of experiences the park has to offer our visitors. We have a diverse history. We have some nature exploration and outdoor adventures. I am fortunate to work in a setting where I can look out and see trees and animals, and I don't have to watch or look at concrete outside my office window.